So, yeah, like everyone's been saying, I'm kind of a loner. I'm a college teacher, so this is actually how I tend to relate to people. I stare at a room full of people just silently waiting for me to make them laugh, and then they don't. And they've paid for the privilege. It's very nice. So a few years ago, as summer was starting, one of my students called me up. I'm a writing teacher, and he was the head of the Society of Black Engineers at community college. And he said, hey, I've put together this trip to take some of my friends in the engineering department down to DC to visit NASA. But the head of our group has dropped out. Would you be willing to drive us down there? I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm only part-time at CCP. I'm not an engineer. I'm obviously not a society person. But I'm like, yeah, sure. I'll take you guys down there. He's like, yeah, great. And they'll give you a free weekend in DC. They'll pay for your hotel. I'm like, yeah, sure. So I drive them all down there, and there's a bunch of engineers, and they're really excited about going to see NASA and visit a few other aerospace places, and you really get their nerd on. And I'm a different kind of nerd. I'm a politics nerd. I'm like, oh, I'm going to go to DC. It was like 4 years ago. I was a little younger. I'm like, I'll go clubbing. I'll try to meet some hard left-wing hipsters, because that's the kind of nerd I am. I'm a political nerd. They're science nerds. This is all going to be fine. We'll go our own ways. Well, we get down there, though, and I did kind of want to see NASA, because I'd moved up here from Houston. I'd seen Johnson Space Center. I'd seen where a lot of the work of NASA was done, but I hadn't seen the paperwork of NASA get done. And I'm like, this will be interesting. I want to check this out. And we go in, and the guy starts giving us his spiel, and I feel bad describing it as a spiel, but he specifically said, you guys are the last group of people I'm talking to because I just put in my resignation. I'm going to go work in private industry. By the way, here are the private aerospace industries that you guys should apply to. I'm like, all right, this is interesting. So he's talking to us, and the whole time he's talking, there's a box in the corner of the room, just like this giant treasure chest from a pirate thing, just this box. I'm like, what's in the box? What's in the box? And at the end of the speech, he says, okay, you guys came down here. I wanted to do something special for you. He opens it up, and it's a spacesuit. It's an actual astronaut spacesuit. And he says, this is the real thing. This is what the astronauts wear, not only when they go out in space, this is the one they use for all the photo ops. So how would you guys like to go up on the roof? We have a view of DC. You can all put on the spacesuit, and we'll take pictures of you. I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. This is fantastic. But I'm also thinking, I'm not part of this group. I don't want to jump the line and say, yeah, can I put it on too? So I'm waiting, and they all put on the suit, and the Capitol building's in the back, and my friend Jess, she puts the suit on and gives the finger to the Capitol building, because that's what you should always do to politicians, always, regardless of your party. And they finally say, Don, do you want to try on the spacesuit? I'm like, yes, I do. And I put on the suit, and they take a picture, and I end up using the picture on my OkCupid dating profile as a real nice litmus test. If you're going to send me a message and you don't mention, hey, by the way, astronaut? No, you got the wrong interest. You're not my people. But the plan was I went off to do my own thing for a few hours. They went off to have a few more sort of business talks. And the plan was we would all meet back up and go out drinking and dancing, because we're in DC. And by the way, this isn't a teacher going out drinking with 18-year-olds. They're all non-traditional students. We're all sort of an age. This isn't like the Police song, Don't Stand So Close, that really creepy, teacher Lolita shit that somehow is okay in the culture. It's not okay. Let me tell you, I teach. It's not okay. That's creepy as shit. So we meet in one of their hotel rooms. They're pre-gaming a bit. We're getting ready to go dancing, and one of them breaks out this deck of cards, this nerdy specific board game type thing. I think it was called Chrononauts or something. And we start playing that, and I love board games, so I'm playing board games with them. We play board games all night while listening to nerdcore rap, never going out dancing at all. At the end of the trip, I'm driving them back. I'm like, okay, these guys seem fun. I'm really into bad movies, so I put on this bad movie podcast, and we're listening to it on the way back. And like I mentioned, Jess, who was on the roof, she's riding shotgun. She says, oh, you like bad movies? My wife and I, we're part of this bad movie group. It meets every weekend at the comic shop. Would you like to come join us? I grew up on Plan 9 from Outer Space, Godzilla, Mystery Science Theater, USA Up All Night. For a decade, I had wanted bad movie friends. And I was like, yes, I want to do this. And so I started hanging out with the Space Dukes every Sunday night. And it was so good. Like, these are my people. This is what I've been looking for so long. And it was all because these beautiful nerds took me down to DC and onto the roof at NASA.